Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Sunday's celebration here for Centers for Spiritual Living, Greater Boston. And today's topic is A New Year, a New You. I'm Gina Colvario Krupka, and I am blessed to be the spiritual director here. And we are live here in Medford, Massachusetts, and it's a blessing to be here with you, all of you, throughout the world because we are global on New Thought Media Network, on YouTube and Facebook. So I am so grateful to be here with you. Here we are, and it is actually the day after Christmas, but it is also Kwanzaa. So happy Kwanzaa to everyone. And Kwanzaa is basically those every day has a different value to it. For those of you that don't know, and the Swahili word for today, umoja, means unity, which is what we celebrate. And it means first fruits. And this time of year is the time to celebrate the harvest. It's time to be present, unified, and enjoy that which is planted, nurtured, and harvested. Honor the plants of the past for the future, and be present in planting the seeds to nurture them and enjoy them. So we are here to be and do just that today. We have a wonderful after service. We're going to come together and we have the opportunity to do a year-end evaluation, just to talk about what went really well, and then maybe talk about what could have, might have gone a little bit better. Things that I would have liked to do and be different. Now, there are some things that happened that were beyond us. You know, we are here, and while if we're not speaking live to you, we are wearing our masks, and we are at a time that this is what we need to do to be safe. And at the same time, knowing our wholeness and perfection. So we're given these tools, and in using these tools, we stay safe. So it's both. You know, Ernest Holmes always said, it's yes, you treat and you take care. So when we know and we're given this modern medicine, we're given the opportunity, we can use both. And that's what we do. So we are here to celebrate the new and let go of everything that doesn't serve. And after that, evaluation of what I choose more of, I go into a bit of a visioning of what will spirit choose for me. Because it's always so much bigger than what I choose. So it's just knowing that spirit has this. And in that, this is a new year, new you, new time. We always get that opportunity for a new idea. And in that, we're going to play a song that I know is one of the favorites. And it actually is perfect for today. Amazing Things. To get us to that place of ready for our invocation.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings, and you will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes, take a breath, and smile. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, I know you will. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing. Sing it with me. Just look at somebody for a second. Sing amazing. Look at somebody else. Amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, I know you will. Amazing, yes, amazing, you will do amazing things. Can you feel that? Such beautiful energy we created right here. Now what I want us to do is imagine that we filled this room, and we're going to send it out into the world, this knowing, this positive, beautiful spiritual energy. Let's sing, we will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, we will do amazing things. Oh, 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 amazing, yes, amazing, we will do amazing things, yes, I know we will. Amazing, amazing, we will do amazing things. We will heal the world today. Amazing, amazing, we will do amazing things. And now what I'd like you to do with the deepest conviction and sincerity, place your hand over your own heart and tell yourself the truth. I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, I will do amazing things. You will do amazing things.
Yes, you will. You will do amazing things. And in that knowing and in that beauty of that, I we have our invocation. And I'm blessed to bring you our very own.
Good morning. Morning. Yes, I have to speak up. Taking a deep breath and feeling that presence surrounding us in, through, and as each one of us. Amazing presence, beautiful presence, that God like presence, that divine presence. And as we are one with that presence, we are one with the divine. We are amazing. The divine is amazing. We can do amazing things. This service is amazing. The people watching at home on New Thought Media, on Facebook Live, the people here in this room, we are amazing. Everything is perfect. It is blessed. It is exactly as it should be. Each piece of equipment, each word spoken speaks directly to someone's heart and mind as we celebrate Kwanzaa and Christmas and the new year and new you, and we vision for the new year. It is all perfect, whole, and complete as each one of us is. I am thankful for you. I am thankful for each person in this room. I am thankful for the divine and for the science of mind philosophy that brings it all together for each one of us. And with that, we pull it all together, and so it is.
Thank you, Karen. And what a beautiful gift to be here, live and in person, regardless of any seeming circumstance. One of the things that I love that he said in the song, or actually not even part of the song, but between, was he said, "We can feel the world today." And that's what we do. When we know truth, we heal the world. When we speak truth, when we believe and know, and that's what we're here to talk about, how we do that, how we change ourselves, and in that process of staying true. We are teaching here at Science of Mind that combines philosophy, religion, and science. We are the best of every world that combines for this truth. And in that truth, we have a spiritual reading from our beautiful practitioner, Barbara Epstein. Thank you, Barbara.
Good morning. In the process of deciding what I was going to read, I always look into my wonderful book called Lessons from the Source. And this book was written a number of years ago, but each page is filled with such wonderful wisdom. And knowing that we were coming to the end of becoming, uh, journey to becoming, and moving into the new year, which is a new beginning, I tried to think of something that would really work for today's reading. And this, after reading several things, really resonated with me. Everything is within. One of the most difficult things to do in the science of mind is to realize that there is no power out there in the world and that all power is within. Everything that we desire is already have real everything that we desire or already have are really activities within our consciousness that have become form. Everything, every person in your life represents the activity of your thought in one way or another. Until you believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and know that yourself is equal to every challenge that comes along, you're only going to demonstrate the kind of thing that represents your personal level of self awareness. When you love and respect yourself, you are not going to settle for second best. It is the same with the people in our world. They all represent our degree of self awareness and self expression. Instead of looking for the right job or the right mate, use your thought to reveal the self, the person you really are. For this self automatically attracts to itself whoever and whatever represents the self. It all begins with you. Ernest Holmes tells us that in order to have more, we must be more. We must be the consciousness that directs mind to produce it and to maintain it. When you are living out of a self that is God oriented, you have no problems of old age, failure, and poverty, but consciousness becomes form. In your experience, it is your consciousness that counts, not that of someone else. Age and poverty have no foundation in the God self. They have no foundation anywhere. It all begins with you. Never make a decision till you are at a point of self respect, self love, self acceptance. Never do anything until you truly believe that it's the Father within, the presence of God, doing all through you and by means of you.
And so it is. And so it is. Thank you, Barbara. And again, we are talking about a new year, a new you. And before ministry, I guess it was a ministry of a different type. I've been a life coach for over a decade, if not my life. I've been a licensed life coach for over a decade. So when I talk about goals and stuff like that, that's where there's so much passion in me because I believe that we have so much within us. And I love this. And it actually is a quote from Seneca, but it's also in the closing time song. So I always thought it was actually a song lyric, and it's actually a quote they used. Um, Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. And I love that. So, regardless of what went right, what went wrong, when something ends, something new begins. And I love the symbol of a new year because you get the opportunity to really turn a page. And that's what it's all about, is turn a page. And it doesn't mean that there was anything necessarily wrong and I have to let go of, I don't have to do. You can do whatever you choose to do. I love that we had the solstice this week. And I went to a celebration, the Concordia celebration, Concordia CSL in Rhode Island. And we had these huge lanterns. And you put everything you didn't want, that intention, inside that lantern, and you set it free into the world. And it was beautiful and so symbolic to see it just flying away. Beautiful, looked like stars in the night. And that's what we are. We are those twinkling stars. And we have that opportunity to set everything else free and turn the page. And we get, it's a choice. So we're going to talk about today is the 4 steps to spiritual transformation. And the first is vision and contemplation. So what does that mean? Vision, which is what we're going to do at the end of this, and contemplation. If we don't assimilate the knowledge that we have acquired, if we don't pay attention to what already happened, we don't evaluate it, we don't integrate and make changes in our life, nothing changes. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. It can't get better. And we can't sit still. So something's always changing. So either we're moving forward or life is passing us by. So what are you doing? What is your choice? Are you in that place of moving in a positive way or not? And that's what it comes down to. So Ernest Holmes said, every person is surrounded by a thought atmosphere. This mental atmosphere is the direct result of thought, which in its turn becomes the direct reason for the cause of which comes into our lives. So what does that really mean? Lots of things, right? Then we say that exactly, it is our consciousness that is making our life. Now, did we bring forth COVID individually? Absolutely not. But was there fear as a society, as a collective? There's no blame in anything. It's not about that. It's simply awareness of what do we choose. And just as the song said, we will heal the world today. We are here because we choose to be the difference, to be that light in the world. And as we celebrate, yesterday was the birth of, it was the celebration of the birth of Jesus, which was the master teacher. You know, Ernest Holmes considered him to be the greatest teacher there ever was, that taught us how to live from that Christ within. That was the point of it. And sometimes we get caught up in the stuff and the traditions, and we miss the point. So we get to choose to be in that place of living from that Christ place within us, that highest place, that invincible truth of who we really are. So it's about being in that contemplation. It's about being in that vision of who I choose to be, not who I was, not what went wrong. The reason that we're going to do the evaluation is to realize that there are a lot of things that went right this year. Because it's not about your surroundings, it's about you personally. How did you cope? How did you come through this year? To be honest with you, this was actually, I had more movement and stuff happen in my life this year than probably ever in my life. And most of it was from home. So it's not about our conditions, it's are you thriving or surviving? So it's really about how you're walking through life and what are you choosing to do with that. And for every person, it's different. And the most important thing about this process is that there's no judgment in any way. It's observation. Because the moment we start judging ourselves as if something is wrong, something becomes wrong. We stop ourselves as if we did. Every turn, I believe every turn I've made in my life was exactly where I was supposed to be to get me right where I am. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not and would not choose them again. But the truth is, had I not taken them, I wouldn't be here. Had I not had the experience of cancer, I wouldn't have been still long enough to know the call of ministry. I wouldn't have. I wish I could have told you I would have found me another way, but I truly don't believe that it would have. It was in that stillness that I paid attention, that I learned to ask for help, that I learned to let go of what someone else what was not mine to do, and stop being a caretaker strictly and start taking care in a different way. So we get our choices in everything that we do, everything we say. And I love this. Reverend Jean Beach actually does a daily Facebook posting. So you can look her up, and she's amazing. And she put this was Christmas's message. Imagine the feel of sun on your face, bathing you with the warmth of its light. That same warmth directs seeds towards the soil's surface and encourages the flower blossoms to bloom. Just as the sun's rays urge plant life to blossom, grow, and thrive, we have within us a divine light that invites us to bask in the glow of its love. And from that love, live in our greatness. So we can live in our greatness. We get that opportunity to live differently from the inside out. That's Spirit's call. That's the light of divine. I love that, the term sunlight of the Spirit. Every time the sunlight is on my face and I get that moment to pause, that's what I think of, basking in the sunlight of the Spirit. But it doesn't have to be the sunlight because it's within me. So I can bask in the light of the Spirit wherever I am, if I remember. And that's what it's all about, is coming back to that place of being conscious, choosing consciously, because some things work for me and some things work against me. Now, the second step is change your thinking, words, and actions. So we talked about changing your thinking. Now, changing your words often comes along with that, but not always. Sometimes there's fear, sometimes there's insecurity, sometimes there's old habits. But the actions can sometimes change the other. Sometimes we need to bring the body and the mind will follow, and other times we bring the mind and the body will follow. Do both. Both work Some days one's easier than others. That's why when we get to that place of a routine, when you know you're getting up, when you're going to work every morning, if you have to be out of the house at 7 a.m., you get in that routine. But if you've been out of that routine for a long time and then you try to do it, there's effort there. There's some real effort there. So there's a choice. What is my routine? And our best routine, the best actions that we have are our spiritual tools. These are the things that we use every day in amazing ways to get the opportunity to change. So our sacred conversations, that time of quiet contemplation, having a prayer partner, someone that we can talk to about what's really going on from spiritual side of things without making excuses. It's not anybody's fault. It's not my fault. It's just witnessing. Being in that place of treatment and affirmative prayer every day. Practitioner sessions. Remember, these are tools to get to the bottom of things. It's not the same as counseling. Counseling is let's go through your problems. When we are there as a practitioner session, is really in a place of, okay, so there's something that's not working. How do I pluck out that weed of doubt, fear, insecurity, or whatever pattern is holding me in a place of poverty or of sickness or any seeming dis-ease of function that isn't what I want it to be? Sacred service. The best way to get out of your own stuff is to do something for someone else. Okay? Meditation, spiritual classes. Now, the timing of this week just worked out the way that it did. Yesterday was a busy day with all that went on, and the past week has been busy. I am blessed to have 4 grandchildren and 2 daughters, and I'm blessed to have this. And I also had an entire life with a different family in a 4-story building in Boston that I grew up in, with a whole lot of family that's no longer on this plane. And Thanksgiving, I shared with you in the past, Thanksgiving was tough for me. But I was so busy doing things for other people this week in a loving, joyful way, I didn't feel a fraction of it. Part of it was the choice I told you from the beginning. And part of it was I was in service. I was working on this. I was working on, preparing for. It was being in service. And it wasn't that I was busy and ignoring it. That pain wasn't there. I wasn't thinking about what I didn't have. I was filled with what I did. You can't wrap kids' Christmas presents, or I can't wrap a kid's Christmas present and not be joyful thinking of them opening it. So I spent more time on what I wanted instead of what I didn't. So service comes in many forms, but it's always for us. It's spirit working through us to light us up from the inside out. Helen Keller said, "Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy and your joy, to keep happy and your joy, and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties." An invincible host against difficulties. So if you keep yourself in that proper mindset, you get that choice. Think about that. So if my resolve, my purpose is to remain steadfast in my mindset on joy, on peace, on harmony, on wellness. There's no fear. There's no time for fear. It doesn't mean I don't wear a mask. It doesn't mean that I'm not careful. I don't think what is using an sanitizer have to do with not being? There's no fear in that. It's being safe. You know what? We wash our hands all the time. We always did. No one thought anything of it. It's what we label it. If it's my fighting against it that brings it to me. So I get that opportunity. So let's be mindful when we use this. What a gift. There's plenty. This time last year, there wasn't plenty of it. Whatever we need is all around me. I have plenty in everything that I need, everything that I choose. And I can be in that place and choose from that place lovingly, without fear, without any kind of question. I can choose to be in that space. Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith said, "Don't look for your dreams to become true. Look to become true to your dreams." In other words, it's living within you. You know what you're here for. You know, whether it's conscious or not, you know. Your soul knows its purpose. And when you're happy, you're on the right track. When you're not, you're not. So it's doing the things that keep you in alignment with your true self. So don't try to make things happen. Live them. Live in that way. Don't make it tough. Well, I have to do this, and then I have to do that, and then I have to do this. It's not just about that. It's not about forcing anything. It's living from that space of who and what you are, and magic happens. Because the universe is coming to meet you. It can't not. It's the law of attraction. Dream as big as you want. Don't let limited thinking stop you. So you get a choice. Don't let other people say, well, that could never happen. Amazing things. That's the song we listen to. Amazing things. You know, we're going to vision later on, and that's what I love about visioning the most, is that it's not just what do I want? What does spirit see through and as me? It's always so much bigger than what I would think for me. I mean, sometimes I laugh and I think, seriously? Like, really? and I can't imagine it. And it's amazing when I allow myself to let spirit guide, it comes forth. You know, when I first thought about ministerial school, I'm like, there was no way financially that was going to happen. Well, if you want it, you figure it out. I'm in the beginning of my final semester of 4 years of ministerial. There was a way made, and I was very adamant about, if you want it, you pay for it. And it came in the most unbelievable ways. So it's not I wasn't disrespectful, but I was honest. I couldn't see a way. You want it, you make the way. And I took the next step. Our job is taking those steps. What action am I living by? You know, it's like that little kid that goes to a rain dance or a prayer for rain, and they bring their umbrella because they're expecting rain, right? So that's where we live. Those are our actions. What actions am I putting forth of abundance? If I'm in fear of lack, well, I can't tithe because if I put money in, then I don't have money for my bills. You're saying your job is the only way you could get money. Well, spirit is my source. Of course, your employers don't really like hearing that so much. I found that out the hard way. But the truth is, maybe that's why spirit is technically my employer now. But the truth is, I know, life is funny. But the truth is, our actions are what make the difference. Our words, our actions, we get that opportunity. And it's so important we're living by it. The action steps to change. So those action steps to change. Dream big, set goals, take action. So what are those action steps? Well, they need to be specific, achievable, measurable, realistic, and timely. So they're specific. It's not, well, I want this someday. It's where do I start today? And those goals aren't, trust me, a goals workshop could be a 10-hour workshop, 2 days long. There's so much to put into that, into the changing of our expectations and all that goes along with that. But you want it to be something that is worth achieving. You want it to be something specific that you know the difference. It doesn't always have to be tangible. Some of our best goals can be better communications with our kids. There is so much more to life. What are you choosing? What are you choosing to put into effect in your life? What are you deciding? your worth. Spirit will give you so much more than you will. So it's about being in that place and being willing to do the next right thing. It doesn't matter if you have to wear a mask while you're doing it or learn how to do something new online because you're not going out. Instead of just seeing that person, instead of going to being with them, do a Zoom call. Do what you have to do. If you don't have an account, find someone else that does. I'm sure they'll help you. Ask questions. Ask someone to help you through. It's doing things differently. And there's benefits in everything. Because by doing this way, we get the opportunity to reach more people all over the world, not just here. Because we are in unity. We are that oneness. And when we practice it, incredible things happen. So continuously be in that place of knowing that you know. Melody Beatty said the new year stands before us like a chapter in a book, waiting to be written. We can help write that story by setting goals. So what are you working towards? When you get in the car, you have a destination, don't you? Usually you know where you're going or you wouldn't have gotten in the car. When you go on vacation and you're going away, you usually know where you're going. So we plan our day, we plan our vacations, we plan certain parts of our lives, but are we planning our lives where we choose to be? You get to do that and take the action steps, whether they seem small, whether they seem large. You want to travel the world? Buy the books of everywhere you want to go and look through those books again and again. Create a vision board. We're going to do that. That's going to be our workshop for January, the end of January. The last week of the month is to do our, a new and improved vision board. It's only improved because it's the newest one. And we are going to go through and know that the universe is our shopping cart. And that's something that wherever you are, you can be part of. You don't have to just be here in person. As well as the visioning we're going to go through after service, we're going to go into fellowship hall. And that's where we're going to do that. So anybody is welcome. So really be in that place of knowing that you get to choose. You get to vision. You get to choose a team of people who you hang with. That's who you are. That's where you're going. If you are with people that are positive and spiritual and moving in a positive direction, chances are you will too. They will help motivate you. They will help support you, and you will see the results of what you want. But if you're surrounded by people that think you'll never do that, why even bother? Just because they haven't done it doesn't mean it's not possible. Everybody told the Wright brothers that they couldn't fly. Clearly, no one had done it until they did. And now we go to the moon. Now we go to all over the place and beyond. Galaxies we couldn't even imagine. Anything and everything is possible. You start taking those steps and the universe will come to meet you. And it's important to make those goals and set those expectations in every aspect of your life. So where the people that you love, your career, financial, health, family, it's important. It's not just about having good things in one part of your life. It's not about hating your job and coming home because your job comes home with you. So it doesn't have to be, your wealth may not be from that position, or your greatest joy may be a volunteer position. It doesn't make it, one doesn't equal the other. You don't have to figure out the how. That's the universe. That's how that works. You declare it and the law makes it so. Let it. But that works through your words, your actions, and your deeds. What do you do? What are your thoughts about it all? And the fourth one, your fourth step to spiritual transformation is faith and joyful expectancy. We end every treatment, every affirmative prayer is ended with that. Faith and expectancy. We water it like a plant. We absolutely are in that place of knowing that we know. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So it is how much you believe it to be able to see it, not the other way around. Most of us in our society live in a way that, oh, when I see it, I'll believe it. And you'll never see it. You'll get more of the same. What is your expectation? Because that's what you're fulfilling. We talk about the law. Spirit is all there is. The law is how it works. Our thoughts, our words create a mold. Now, if you ever seen like candle wax, you put it in a mold and it creates whatever that is. You know, little kids play with Play Doh and they put it in the molds. Okay. Now, if you're putting a flower mold there and you're expecting a shoe, you're not going to get it. Right? So the whole point is, what is the mold you're creating? Okay. If you want a mold that is a whole new life, you can't use a thimble. If you want a loving, unbelievable relationship, how are you walking into it? Where's your expectation? Where is your joy? So the mold you give it is what it has to work with. That's how it works. Spirits, it's all there is. There's plenty of it. The law is how it does it. You're attracting it. So it's time to create what you choose. President Barack Obama said, it's moments like these that force us to try harder, dig deeper, to discover gifts we never knew we had, to find the greatness that lies within each of us. It is time to show the world your greatness. We need it. Right here, right now, we need it. Everyone in your life needs the best of you. Everyone in the world needs the best of you. It is time to shine. And it is within you. You had the power all along, my dear. You had the power all along. So the question is, are you using it? And this is that new year that you have that opportunity to be in that place and use that power within, to know who and whose you really are. Claim it, expect it, play in it, love it, be joyful about it. Your faith is what brings it forth. So I'm going to ask you to join us for our affirmation for today. Divine power within me manifests my dreams. Let's say that one more time. Divine power within me manifests my dreams. And that's what it's about. It's really about being in that place of choosing to believe in that power of who and whose you are. You get that opportunity. Live it, love it, celebrate it, and know that that's where you're living from. That's where the joy of life itself, that's what it's really all about. So I thank you for being here. And I'm going to bring Karen up here for our sacred giving. Thank you, Karen. And we'll bring that slide up. Can you tell us about it, a little bit about it?
Yes, so it's time for our sacred giving. And sacred giving comes deeply from my heart. When you give, you receive. It's the law of circulation. And every single thing that we give, whether it's love or time or our presence or monetarily, comes back to us 110%. And so anything that you can give, we would so appreciate it. We have so many plans, and every dollar is just abundantly thanked. We thank you for it, and we look forward to everything that we can do with it. And there is an affirmation that goes with our sacred giving. Divine love has me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you. And knowing that the law of circulation, it's the giving that activates the receiving. So thank you for that, Karen. And we have a few announcements. Again, we have a visioning immediately following. The whole thing will be about 20 to 30 minutes. It's going to be a year-end evaluation and visioning for you personally. Now, of course, on Mondays, we have our visioning every week for the center itself. So that is noon on Mondays. And we are now global. We are on New Thought Media Network on Facebook or YouTube. You're welcome to let people know about it. Also want to mention, coming up quickly is the January 18th to the 21st. It is the Spiritual Living Convention. So it is coming up quickly. Again, Spiritual Convention CSL, spiritualconvention.csl.org. And you can find out some more information. And you can join us for fellowship via Zoom immediately following. So you can either screenshot this right here, and that'll give you our meeting ID as well as our passcode. Also on our newsletter, if you don't get our weekly newsletter, you want to sign up, and you can go to cslboston.org, and that will get you to be able to sign up for our newsletter because there's a link right on that. Or our Facebook page also has it. So it's meeting ID for Zoom, and the passcode is right there. And we hope to see you there with us. And again, I just wanted to reiterate, we are, for the safety of all, we're going to be wearing masks for Sunday service. If we're not speaking, we're wearing masks just for now. So thank you. And I am very appreciative of you being here and all that everyone has done to be here. And I want to end this with a treatment going into our final song. So knowing that this is that perfect time to just pay attention and go within and center into that space where spirit is always that everlasting, absolutely impenetrable place within. The light, the love, the harmony, the joy. Knowing that spirit is all that there is, was, and ever will be. Omniscient, omnipresent, and opulent. That one power, that one presence, living, breathing, and moving as each one. I know I am one. I am that I am presence. And as I know it of me, I know it of each one that is here this morning, present in this room, each one that is online watching, each one that is watching at any time, and anyone in the all. Spirit is that I am presence within each one. And I am noting on this first day of Kwanzaa that unity that we celebrate every day, that knowingness that there is only one has never been more important. Recognizing that one love. I wrap that love, that wholeness, that beauty, I wrap that perfection and knowing around each one. Knowing that to any seeming problem or question, there are answers. And that spirit is working right here, right now, to clear away any seeming dis-ease in any way. I know only abundance, and I know spirit is bringing forth for any that may seem to lack absolute abundance of all types. I claim it for each one. The spirit knows who, what, where, when, and I let spirit lead. I let the law fulfill. And as we walk into this perfect opportunity, as I am in this place of knowing that this new year is a clean page. I choose joy. I choose love. I choose to surround myself with the right people. I take that guided action. I listen to Divine's call, and I do that next right thing. I stay focused. I follow through, and I live in joy and enjoy every moment of it. In this moment, in this knowing, I live that light and life divine. And as I claim that infinite potential, that joyful journey for each one, I give it over to the law, letting it be the doer, letting it be that way, letting it be easy. I celebrate it. In joyful contemplation, I say, and in, in that knowing, I celebrate it. I say, Amen and blessed be. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much for being here with us. And I look forward to seeing you all, whether it be online or in person next week. And we're going to end with one of my favorite songs, and absolutely my favorite quote before them, that this little light of mine, with Marianne Williamson's quote right before it, best of both worlds. I wish you a very safe, healthy, and wonderful 2022. We'll see you next week.
I want to bring to you something about you. It is a quote. I quote, "Our worst fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. This is with gratitude to Marianne Williamson, everybody. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yes, there's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. May we know that together. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All in my room, I'm gonna let it shine. All in my room, I'm gonna let it shine. All in my room, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light, this light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, shine. This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.